Hello and welcome to another episode of Outlanders, where we're starting things off back at Spike Towers, or whatever name I'm going to name this place. And today we've got quite a few things to get done today. First of all, we need to figure out what we're going to be doing with this Eye of the Relic, which we stole last episode. We probably need to have a little bit more security, some more security systems other than just a simple blank wall. But we can see the Eye of the Relic is still safe and sound in its little cubby hole. We also have a few other things that we need to get done to help improve this base a little bit. So let's get straight into that. Now, as you can see, I've got a lot of heads just scattered around the base. We've got villager type heads here, panda ones, slimes, lots of parrots, lots of sheep, lots of cats, and all sorts of mobs. And all sorts of things. So what I'm thinking is kind of like what I did last season, is to do a little bit of a head wall, although this one's probably going to be a little bit more extensive than last season's. So I was thinking just along here, because this is the biggest face I've got, and we definitely don't want to do it over there because reasons, but I'm thinking if we just line this one with copper blocks, and then line the back with moss or something, that should provide a pretty good wall. So let me just clear this all out and then start lining it with some blocks and things to make it look good and see what we can come up with. Now, I've built this little section over here with the barrels and the flowered azalea trees just to give it a bit of decoration. So what I'm thinking here now is that I'm going to have some concrete powder, I think, of different colors. So for example, the sheep might be all white, then the horses might be a different color, the sea ones might be light blue, and so on and so forth. So thankfully we've got the ultimate dyeing pack on, or the I forget the name of it, but we've got the universal dyeing pack is the name of it. So we've got the ability to be able to just create as many as we like of any type. So let me just clear up my inventory a little bit more, and then I should be able to make myself a fair bit of the things that I need. And this thing keeps locking up when I'm not here, which is a little bit annoying, but I think it's because I logged out a little bit and then came back. So we'll see if that is true and go from there. So let me get some dyes and some other things that I need and collect up all the heads. And looking at that, I'm probably not entirely satisfied with the way that looks. I mean, the white, then the blue, then the red, I think it really does need a barrier in between, but then what am I going to put in between it? I suppose if I've got more room, I can start putting in some more of these copper block barriers, and then a couple, so 2 wide or something. Now, you might be wondering what the barrel is for, and that is in case I've got duplicates. So I've got a red and a white duplicate, and they go directly below where they go. So you can see here I'm still missing a light grey sheep head, and I think it's a brown sheep head, and that should complete 16, I think. There should be 17. 16 colors, 17 heads. So I'm missing one more color. I'm missing green. That's what I'm missing. So that means these ones actually need to come down by 1. That one needs to move along more. So you can see there, a little bit of adjustment to go, but it is coming along quite nicely. So the white is going to stay where it is. The sheep head, so I want to go, let's see, I want to go cyan blue or light blue, because then it goes a bit like a little bit like a rainbow, which is kind of what I'm aiming for. Then it can go purple, magenta, pink, and then brown can go in there, which doesn't really go there, but I don't really have much room elsewhere. So I'm going to continue putting in these heads. Oh yeah, one more thing, and I decided to put some of these heads on this side so you can actually tell what they are. Because if we put the cod head like so, it looks kind of weird. So yes, it's just going to go like so. If we can put it back in like so. A little bit angled, and that works perfectly. So I'm going to continue doing that and show you the end result in a couple seconds. And looking at that, I've got most of the heads that I've already got. I don't have the villager type heads yet, but you can see there I've still got heaps and heaps of room. So what I'm thinking here is I'm definitely going to start moving these slightly more across. I'm going to have the barrier in between, so that's going to mean quite a bit more adjustments and taking down of the heads and so on and so forth. But I'm going to do most of that off camera so we can turn to the next piece of today's episode. And a couple of hours later, I've got myself a slightly reorganized head collection. So we can see here I've expanded the sea collection, gone on with a little bit more of the nether collection, and so on and so forth. I've also decided to change some of the backings behind these, as well as put in the barriers in between. So we've got obsidian and glass there, and we've got ourselves the heads. So I actually went and found a guardian temple, got ourselves a guardian head and an elder guardian head, also a clownfish and a pufferfish, which I didn't have. I got myself a wither. I think this is a normal wither head as opposed to a wither skull. Yep, there it is. And I still need 3 others of the wither head, which are a little bit harder to find. Got myself a magma head, a few other ones, and you can see here just going through all of the various types. So there's a few things in there that have changed over the last little while. And now we need to turn our attention back to the Eye of the Relic, which is still safe and sound in this little box over here. Now I did mention that we do need to keep it safe, but I'm thinking that you did mention that there's been a few fakes going about, and so there is going to be a few tests that we can do to make sure that we've got a true one. So what we need to do is build a little bit of an experimentation chamber. So what I'm thinking is I'll just build that straight over here, dig a little chamber out and decorate it and everything, and possibly just leave it open. I'm not quite sure yet, but the main thing is, yeah, we just need to build a bit of a chamber around here just to do some experiments and build a bit of a scientific lab. So I'm going to quickly set that all up and then quickly show you what we're going to do with that. So I might get Magpie Cam in to have a quick time lapse and go from there. That's assuming, of course, that the time lapse actually works, because the last time I tried to do this, it didn't. But we'll see. Let's hope it does. And there we go, it looks like the time-lapse did indeed work, so that is very helpful indeed. So now I've got myself a little bit of a testing chamber. It's very, very simple. We've got ourselves some power blocks, a power source over here feeding into the thing, and then some bits here, which will measure the output and then put it somewhere, I suppose, into these blocks. So what I'm going to need, I think, is a place to find out where the information is going to. So if I find, let's see, if I do something like this, I suppose, taking off from there, not like that, from there, into a book of some sort or a bookshelf, I should be able to get myself a reasonably good looking one. I mean, it's not the way I'd like it to look, and I'm not really experienced in doing this sort of thing. So if you've got any ideas on how I can improve it, just leave a comment in the comment section, obviously. So yes, just have a look at that and see if there's anything you can do there. Let's see. So I want some books, which I don't really have many of. And none there. It looks like, although there is leather, which is what I need. So I have a couple of books. Let me just get the bookshelf and or lectern, and then I'll set that up. And there we go, a nice lectern so we can read our results. Now I don't want anyone to be able to see what we're doing with this as well, so I'm just going to cover it up with a nice, very non-suspect at all stone wall. So just like we've got covering up the original hiding place for the relic. And then, let's see, we should probably put the relic into the testing chamber to be tested and see what results we come up with. So I'm going to quickly cover this up, shouldn't take much longer. And then... let's see, we want this one here, and yes, I did pick it up, there we go. So also hide this thing, and break back into here. Where's the relic? Oh wait, I also need the item frame so it can be held correctly. See, I'm really bad at this thing, am I? So I need to get, where's the silky claw, put this in. Put this in as well. Actually, now I'll put it on the ground, like so. Like so. Put this back. And there we go. And reasonably, okay, a very bad looking scientific experiment, but hopefully this tells us what we need to know, whether or not this eye of relic is fake or it's the true one indeed. And I reckon that is probably going to take a couple of hours for it to work through all its machinations and all its scientific mumbo-jumbo and all that stuff to work out whether or not this relic is the true eye of the relic. So we're going to leave that and come back later in the episode and see what results it has come up with. Now, I know I just said I'm going to do that little experiment in the next little part of today's episode, but unfortunately something has come up that is very important that I do have to share with you. As some of you might know, I have been a full-time student for the last little while, and in the last couple of months I've been looking for work. Well, I'm very glad to say that I now have a full-time job, and that means I am probably going to be spending a lot less time gaming and doing all the YouTube videos. So I'm still going to try and do a video every now and then, and still try and get at least a Stardew Valley episode, which are starting up soon, or a Minecraft video, but it's quite possible that I'm not going to be able to do both. So these Minecraft videos may be a little bit more rare as time goes on, but I still am going to be trying to keep the server running for all the people who do play on it, as well as everyone who watches my videos and all the other people as well. So with that in mind, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. I hope we will be back soon, hopefully next week, and till then, I hope you will enjoy your week and your day and everything, all that. Don't forget to like, subscribe for any future videos, and we'll see you soon, hopefully. Bye!